Hell Husbands, ADGAEA. Chapter 1. The Beginning. Vincent grinned as he remained hidden in the darkness near a tree far enough away from the murder he was currently witnessing so that he wouldn't be detected. His hunch had been right. Alastor, the famous radio host of New Orleans, his current co-worker, was indeed the killer of New Orleans. And so far as he could tell, no one else suspected the man. Then again, he supposed it probably took a killer to know a killer just by the glint in the eyes when they've been slighted or even certain mannerisms. And frankly, from what he knew of the guy that Alastor had chosen this time, the world wasn't going to miss the asshole. He watched as Alastor finished his kill and then proceeded to lick the blood off the blade. He tensed, though, when he heard the man practically purr as he looked towards his hiding spot. He smoothly called out, "I know you're there. Do not think for 1 second that a serial killer doesn't know they're being tailed, Vincent." Vincent gulped. This could go very bad. He took a deep breath and held his hands up placatingly as he plastered on a confident smile and stepped out from his hiding spot. If he'd tried to keep hiding, he knew that he'd end up dead in the bayou as well. This was his least risky path to proceed with. Alastor hummed as if considering Vincent's appearance. He simply huffed before he said, "You should be smarter than to wear your work clothes when trailing someone for one of your new leads." Vincent felt a drop of sweat trail down the side of his face as his smile became a little nervous as Alastor approached him. He stood completely still as Alastor simply smiled. He couldn't help but blush as the man's smile was quite beautiful, and his breath caught as the knife was gently placed threateningly under his chin, and his eyes met those of the killer of New Orleans. And he was so instantly Twitter-pated. He could stare into those dangerously beautiful and emotive eyes for hours. He could read the utter amusement and confidence in those eyes alone. He listened as Alastor simply laughed lightly as he said, "I did my own little investigation into you when our manager first told me that I would have a new temporary co-worker, and I have to admit that it's impressive that no one has caught on to you yet, dear." He gently withdrew the knife and snickered as Vincent untensed. Vincent watched as Alastor cocked a hip and held one hand on it as he twiddled the knife in his other hand, utterly confident that he wouldn't hurt himself with it. However, Vincent was confused. He furrowed his brow as he said, "What do you mean?" Alastor laughed mockingly, and Vincent listened as he detailed, "Dear, multiple of your previous competitors and bosses have disappeared, only for you to take the place which they have previously occupied. To be frank, I have been watching you for a while, as I could not rule out that you might target me in the future as well, though you already have a higher standing at the studio considering you are an invited guest host." Vincent gulped. Alastor continued, "Yet you are quite intriguing. Your motivations are different from mine, but I can see the very same fiery passion and anger in your eyes that I have seen in my own. Vincent, you too are a killer. If you agree to keep my secret, I will keep yours. And know this, if you think you can attack me or get one over on me, you'd be vastly mistaken." Vincent gulped again before he laughed nervously and said, "Yeah, sure." Alastor hummed again and said, "Why don't we shake on it? Perhaps then maybe we could work together. I have noticed you eyeing our mutual boss, and with your help, we could rid another obnoxious entitled man of his position." Vincent blinked rapidly at this unexpected turn. He'd honestly expected not to make it out alive, yet here Alastor was offering a partnership, one that would benefit them both. He couldn't help but grin as he held his hand out and said, "It's a deal!" And they both grinned as they clasped hands. Alastor withdrew his hand first and said, "Now, since I did all the work this time for the kill, how about you help me with the cleanup? After all, from what I've seen from my investigation of you, you need some help in that department." Vincent eagerly nodded. This was going to be very interesting indeed.